Hi, okay, so can you just introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you're doing here today at Casa?
I'm Marcos Perez. I come from Museos Científicos Ciencias, which is basically a science museum network owned by the La Coruña City Council in Spain. And I've been in charge of our CASC part of the project for the last months.
Okay, and what do you think you've got out of today? What's been the most useful information that you've found out or that's come out of the discussions?
Well, although CASC is not a very big project in terms of, we're only 20 or so members, the fact is that we've been doing very different things over quite a lot of time. So many people didn't really know the details of what was going on in other venues. So I think today we had the opportunity to get everything together, from the general view to some of the interesting details that may not come up in reports and things like that.
Okay, and one of the sessions that we've just been doing this afternoon was about coming up with some policy recommendations for EU science policy. What are you most hopeful about in terms of the policies that you were looking at were ways of celebrating science and scientists? What do you hope is going to come out of those?
Well, I'm not very sure that celebrating scientists and science is something, I wouldn't put that on top of the list. If we were talking about lawyers and politicians, we should promote their image because it's not very good. But in the case of science and scientists, in every poll they come up at the very top of the, not popularity, but appreciation by the public. So I think what is needed is to find new policies to connect, to directly connect scientists and clusters of scientists with the public directly, without any mediators like industry or even politicians. I think that people need direct access to scientists and what they have to say, because sometimes their message is obscured by even the media or the politics, and definitely by the industry.
So you think perhaps translating that information from scientists to the public is one of the biggest areas that we need to address?
Well, translating is, well, I like the concept. Okay, scientists produce science, and they also produce science communication. They are actually reaching the public by means of television, newspapers, magazines, books, and so on. So I think we need to strengthen that link to promote scientist engagement with science communication. I think we also need some sort of translation the other way around. Scientists need a clear idea or what are the expectations of society, citizens, about science. Scientists usually perceive science as something you do for knowledge and so on, but we have expectations about science. I think that scientists need a way to be aware of what those expectations are.
And have you got any suggestions for how that process might take place?
Well, we've tried some pilot actions within CASC and elsewhere on that field, and I think it's about just opening channels for people to express their views. And people are willing to express their views on things. We've seen that with social media and the 2.0. People are not just passive receivers of information anymore. So we need to open those channels, and we need scientists and policymakers to be aware of what people are saying on science.
Okay, Marcos, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.